So what I'm saying is that going up 8 miles or 22 miles in relationship to the size ratio of the Earth, it's nothing. It's not even noticeable. If you look at this Earth right here, you can't even see how high 22 miles is in comparison. So that's why the flat earthers kept showing you images that were way out of scale to the truth. Once again, using the ignorance of the people against themselves. So they don't account for things like distance and perspective viewpoints and the relative size ratios that will allow one to gain the proper and true perspective. So not disclosing this vital information is very important. The eye and the mind work together to try to solve the surroundings, the environment. So sometimes what we perceive is the truth is not actually the truth. Like when we look at this image, it looks horizontal and flat until we actually get the proper perspective and we take a step back and we look and we find that it's nothing more than just a plain old basketball. And of course, this is the same visual occurrence that we perceive when we zoom into the spherical round Earth, and we find that when we zoom all the way in, it's flat. So the size ratio and perspective, as you see, is very important. So when we're looking up at a plane flying over, way up in the sky, it appears to be very small and tiny. But just because we perceive it that way from our perspective does not mean it's the truth. Because the truth is, that small little teeny plane we see in the sky is actually a huge airplane.
If you're on a ball, over a ball, no matter how big that ball is, you shouldn't be able to see the horizon out your plane window. Now, some people think that they see the curvature of the ball out their plane window, but in fact they're just seeing the curvature of the glass because the windows are all slightly curved to fit with the fuselage, and when you look at the horizon through a window like that, it does give a slight effect.
What you talking about, Willis?
Some people think that they see the curvature of the ball out their plane window, but in fact they're just seeing the curvature of the glass.
That was a cute and feeble attempt, but let's bring the truth into focus. So as you're painting that picture and trying to convince people that the airplane window is bowed out and it's curved, I mean, I personally was picturing like, beveled glass and, it's all distorted like a fisheye, or like a magnifying glass or reading glasses. So you wanted people to believe that the images are distorted like from fisheye cameras and GoPros, etc. The bullshitter trying to sell his story.
Some people think that they see the curvature of the ball out their plane window, but in fact they're just seeing the curvature of the glass, curvature of the glass, curvature of the glass.
What you talking about, Willis?
You see, and that's exactly why they did not show you any real pictures of actual windows in passenger airliners, because if they did, they would have exposed the truth to you. That's exactly why they just said it but could not show you any actual proof. But once again, allow me to show you actual proof of actual airplane windows. And as you see from the real pictures of actual airplanes, you'll notice one thing. They're not beveled, and they're not rounded, and they certainly are not giving a distorted image. So we all picture the fuselage as being round, but the truth is, on the side of passenger airplanes, it's actually flat on the sides. So the windows are on a flat plane and not a rounded, curved, spherical object like we would imagine. So the windows are located on the flat surface of the side of the airplane that is barely curved, if at all. And the truth is that when we look out the windows of airplanes, absolutely nothing is distorted. everything that we're viewing out airplane windows is perfectly normal. A window cannot pick and choose what it wants to distort. It can't have everything look normal and then choose to bend the horizon and curve the horizon, which is actually flat. No, it looks round and curved because it is.
Some people think that they see the curvature of the ball out their plane window, but in fact they're just seeing the curvature of the glass.
How am I going to get out of this? Think.
So the plain and simple truth is that when you're looking out an airplane window, it's not curved and it doesn't give a slight effect that makes the horizon look curved. So the truth is that when you're in an airplane and you're looking out the windows, nothing whatsoever is distorted in any way, shape, or form. So I challenge anyone out there to show me some footage or show us some pictures that aren't photoshopped and some real video footage of an airplane taking off and show us the distortion that you're talking about. You see, because I can pause this video at any time, and does anything look distorted to you? Not to me. So anyone, please make a video and show and disprove anything that I've said so far in this video. So this is exactly why they can't stop and show you any real footage of distortion that is causing our eyes to see a round, curved, spherical Earth. So that's exactly why they did not show you any real footage with actual airplane video footage or picture footage from airplanes, because what they said was not true whatsoever. So anyone that flies a lot or has even flown in the air before will know that when you get high in the sky, 35 to 40,000 feet, the Earth definitely looks curved. So I've flown a lot, and my wife was a airline stewardess for an airliner, so anyone that flies a lot without question knows the Earth is round. And anyone that flies at all will know without question that nothing whatsoever is distorted out of the window. The jet looks normal, the jet engine, it's nice and round. You can see how the plane wing is normal, the city below is all normal, everything is normal, nothing is distorted whatsoever. So once you have reached an altitude and reached a proper perspective in order to view the size ratio of the Earth, you start to see the curvature, which is exactly why, like I said in the first video, that you can zoom way in and line up the pixels on both corners and draw an exact flat line, and every single time you'll notice that the middle will be bulging over the edge of the line because of the curvature of the sphere.
Because the windows are all slightly curved to fit with the fuselage, and when you look at the horizon through a window like that, it does give a slight effect.
So now you understand why they didn't show you any actual footage to back up their assertion and their claim. Because there is no distortion and there is no slight effects of curvature or fisheye, nothing whatsoever. The truth is that when you're in an airplane and you're looking out the window, as you clearly see here, nothing whatsoever is distorted. In fact, everything appears quite normal, as everyone can see, and any videotape that you would take or pictures you would look at are all going to be perfectly normal, because windows in airplanes are not bowed and curved, and they're not distorted and give a fisheye effect whatsoever. That's completely bullshit and not true whatsoever. Another false lie. So when you're in an airplane and you're flying high in the sky and you see the horizon and it looks curved, slightly arced, It's because from your perspective now, you're up just high enough when you're going up like 8 miles in the sky. Now your perspective of the globe or the sphere below you, you're starting to see the arc curvature.
Because the windows are all slightly curved to fit with the fuselage, and when you look at the horizon through a window like that, it does give a slight effect.
Oh my God. What are we gonna do? Our car windows are curved. Now we're gonna see distorted images and crash! It's okay, everyone. Relax. Just because a window is curved like our car windows are, does not mean in any way, shape, or form that it's gonna give a distorted image. So don't just listen to what these fools are saying, you have to actually check out the information for yourself. So curved auto windows are completely fine and normal to look out of, and so are airplane windows. Sorry, Eric, but I'm seriously trying to find something that you're right about, but like I said, as I researched and saw your video, everything that you're saying was wrong. Exactly like trying to say that the reason that we see curvature of the Earth in an airplane is because of the curvature of the glass window. Completely misleading the people. Just like when you misled the people and said it doesn't matter how big the ball is and that the horizon rises up with you to eye level and you don't have to look down to the horizon, which is complete bullshit. Because everyone knows that flies an airplane, knows that you have to look down. And that's exactly why airplane windows are designed lower than the head is, because you are always looking down. If you were looking eye level at 90-degree angles, then the airplane window would be higher so that you could see the eye level imagery. But all windows are designed slightly lower so that the passengers can actually view the horizon, which is lower, which is below the wing, which is lower than the plane that you are on, because the earth plane or the flat land plane is below you. Therefore, the horizon, no matter what it looks like to you, never rises. A complete fabrication and misunderstanding of the truth.